Hey, this is your girl, msyelladiva. Welcome to my channel. I am bringing you another review, the first review on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 5, Episode 1, Costume or Couture. Okay. Um, Before we get things started, if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Hey, we can do this. All right. But we'll begin on this episode. This episode was was kind of funny. It was kind of funny, man. All right. So they all getting back in the groove of things now. All right. So Lisa is throwing a Valentine's Day party in the snow. But I guess it's on Lake City, okay? Okay. And it is February, so but they have it, shoveled, but it's snow out here. I was just like, I know it's gotta be cold out there. Anyway, so she's trying to get everything together. And so Lisa says she's inviting Whitney, okay, even though she went on a podcast. I don't know what podcast this was, but she went on a podcast, and she was talking she was making disparaging remarks about Lisa, saying that she is a new villain, and she said somebody on the podcast asked the question, have you ever heard Lisa apologize without being dismissive? And so she said, no, I can't say I have. Oh, and so she says she's always been the villain. Okay. Okay. So, but she's inviting her anyway because Whitney needs her paycheck. Right. And we gotta get to, all of this stuff started at the beginning on the first episode. We got to get this stuff started, okay? So the party guests arrive, all right? So Mary and Angie arrive together, okay? Now, that was shocking, okay? All right, so last season, it was who is Angie? Now this is Mary, okay? This is Mary. Who is Angie? Okay. So that was her first, first encounter with her. Then apparently on the reunion, um Angie said you got some lipstick on your teeth, and so she got the lipstick off her teeth, and then they've been best buddies ever since. Who knew? Who knew? Yeah, she invited her to Kathy Hilton party and stuff like that. Yeah, uh-huh. So they best buddies now. They got matching purses and everything. Okay, okay. So, so then, Heather Ozempic arrives. She done took Ozempic. She done lost some pounds. She's still, she's still okay. She's still not like, okay. She's still okay. Okay. But she done lost some pounds. I mean, I don't see like a big change in her. She done lost some weight. I mean, she still looked the same. I was just like, she still looked the same. I don't know. But she just a smaller version. So if she took some Ozempic to make her feel better or whatever, have at it. I'm not mad at it, okay? I'm not mad at it at all. I'm on Ozempic too, but I got a lot of weight to lose though. All right, so then So then Mary was like, "You look pretty and thin, really thin." Mary, Mary, why you got the, Mary and Heather are my favorites on this show. So, Mary, why you got to be like that? Why you got to be like that? Okay. She just kept going like, "Yeah, you're looking real thin, real thin." So Heather was like, "Listen, you know," she said, "I guess I'm not looking as inbred as I was, because she said she looked inbred." One of these seasons, she said she looked inbred, but now now she love her, because she thin now, whatever. So then, this is this lady in this red outfit that need to be a cast member on the show, because she was it. I mean, she was talking to everybody. She knew everybody. She was a black lady. She need to be on this show. Mary can't be the only black lady on this show. You need to get whatever that lady in that red outfit. You need to get her on the show too. Mary can't be the only black lady. Or maybe Mary wants to be the only black lady. That's a good point. We don't know. Anyway, so Bronwyn, she come in looking like a big heart. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. She looked like a hot mess to me. They say that's fashion. Because, the title of the show was Costume or Couture. That looked like a costume to me, too. Okay. But they said, that's fashion. That ain't. Mm-mm. What's your definition of fashion? just because somebody say that's fashion, is that what's your definition of fashion? Because that's not fashion to me. That's not fashion to me. Mm-mm. Just because they say it's fashion don't mean it is. No, don't mean it's so. Just because they say it don't mean it's so. Anyway, so I guess she is one of the new uh, cast members. I don't know, or a friend of. I don't know, but apparently she basically got a sugar daddy husband. Okay, sugar daddy husband. Okay, because apparently I don't know if her husband got her pregnant, but she got pregnant at like 21, 20 or whatever, because she got a 17-year-old or whatever, and she like 30, 39, 38 or something like that. So, yeah. And so she said she got a teenager and 6 dogs and a sugar daddy husband. Yeah. Yeah. And and she can't dress. Just because they say it's fashion, don't mean it's fashion, okay? Just because who is the person that they say that says it's fashion? Because we're on the runway. Is that what that is? Anyway, Meredith comes in her mink, and then Whitney decides to show up. Okay. Oh, Heather brings Brittany as well. Brittany show. Yeah. So I guess Brittany is a friend of the show or a new cast member. I don't know. But her friend of the show, Brittany, is dating Donnie and Marie's nephew. And for those of us at a certain age, we know who Donnie and Marie is. For those of us who aren't a certain age, you ain't gonna know who Donnie and Marie. But Donnie and Marie was a variety show back in the 70s. And they were a brother and sister. Oh, they also had a singing group, the Osmonds, I think. So, yeah. But for those of not a certain age, y'all ain't gonna know who those people are, and who really cares anyway. What Donnie and Marie doing? But I think I don't know. They got facelifts and fillers too in their face too. Anyway, so this was funny. Okay, Mary is the comedy relief in this show. Okay, so Mary and um and Mary and Bronwyn sit down, and so she, Mary was, because Mary all into fashion, quote unquote. Okay. And she was like, I love your jacket. And she was like, yeah, da, 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 da. So then Brittany sit in between them, right? Brittany was like, I love your costume. So Mary was like, that is fashion. That is fashion. then then Mary in the confessional saying, and she was like, your coat looked like it was made by a German Shepherd. She was just like, and so they got like dog barking and stuff. She was just like, somebody shaved down a German Shepherd and then they dyed it red and stuff. And it looks like, she said, because that texture and stuff like that. I said, ooh, Mary, you are not right. She said, you wearing a German Shepherd coat. But anyway, and so so they back to the scene, right? So Mary was like, I have a whole office upstairs with just clothes because when I was growing up there was never enough clothes. And so Brittany was like, so you a hoarder? And so Mary was like, not a hoarder. And then Brown was like, you need to get your words straight. And she was like, no. And she was like, she said, yeah, she says, you need to get your words straight. She was just like, and then Brittany was like, yeah, because I grew up poor. And she was like, she said, Mary was like, I ain't say I was poor. I ain't say that. She didn't say that. She said it was never enough. But she didn't say she was poor. Oh, this tickled me, boy. This tickled me. She was like, I ain't say that. Oh, and then Brittany kept going on talking about, I found myself putting food rolls in my purse to eat at home. And Mary was like, she was like, oh, I would never do that. I would never do that. And then Brian was like, well, that's totally okay. And then Mary was like, no, that's not okay. I laughed so hard on that scene alone. That scene had me tickled. Okay. She was like, I ain't say I was poor. I ain't say that. And she was like, that's not okay. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that was funny. Oh my God. All right. So they flash to Meredith just came out of surgery or whatever. I don't know. Heather visiting Meredith at her new home. Meredith get a new home every season. She get a new rental every season. Okay. She get a new home and she got a breast reduction basically. So Meredith mad because she said Whitney's copying off of her. She said she had a jewelry line. Apparently Meredith had a jewelry line. I had no idea, but Meredith had a jewelry line. Then Whitney had a jewelry line. Now uh, uh, Meredith wanted to get into bath bombs and stuff, bath essentials and stuff, and now Whitney doing bath essentials, whatever. Oh my God, nobody cares about you, Meredith. Okay, so they go back to the party. It flashes back to the party, and so Lisa bragging about Jack, and so she was like, Jack on she because Jack is her son, and he's on a mission trip to Colombia, but she talking about he visiting coffee shops, she visiting barber shops, he doing restaurants. I was like, what kind of mission is this? Ain't you supposed to be helping the poor and stuff like that? What kind of mission y'all got? Y'all got like y'all don't stay like, you know, in the villages and stuff with no running water and stuff like that, or y'all stay in the hotel and then you go out to the villages and stuff like that. What's going on over there? Cause I know I'm a nurse, and I've had some coworkers go on mission trips, and they staying in villages. So what kind of mission Mormons do? Where they in coffee shops and restaurants and barbershops. They got special kind of mission trips. I don't know. Somebody in the chat tell me if it's a different type of mission when that Mormons do. Okay, because I know from a nurse, and like I said, I had some coworkers go on missions, and they stay in villages. You know, they do vaccinations and, you know, screenings and stuff like that, and they stay in the village. Okay, do they stay in hotels? Okay, anyway, I digress. Meredith slithers over to to Whitney and confronts her about the bath bombs. And Whitney was like, "You reading too much into this." Apparently, Whitney already had a bath bomb line or whatever before she chose to do jewelry and stuff. I don't know, but she said you reading way too much into this, and she said Meredith says I'm getting a message from you that you don't want you don't want. I don't want to be your friend. I don't know. Don't give me the line, child. But the problem is, she's like, and Whitney was like, because I launched a bath bomb, and Mary is over here talking about why y'all arguing about fighting over bath bombs anyway. She was like in bathtub. She was like, I don't even like baths. Nobody asked you your opinion. I love baths. Thank you very much. Okay. But nobody asked me my opinion either. But nobody asked you for your opinion, Mary. For those of us who love baths, okay? Love me some baths, honey. Okay, so Angie comes over to talk to Meredith also. Angie said, I heard I owed you an apology. And I don't even know what she owed her apology for. I don't even know. But Angie pulled out a scroll. Bing! And she was saying she got a list of stuff that Meredith owes her apology for. Oh my God. I said, ooh. No, she didn't. She pulled out a scroll. But I need for you to apologize for this. But I guess she's saying that she was in the Greek mafia. Um, some she was. That's the only thing I remember, that she was in the Greek mafia. Anyway, so they go eat. Mary don't want to sit next to Brittany because she already talking about her German Shepherd coat. And she was just like, and she said, and I hope she don't stick no food in her purse. She said, because she had a tendency to do it. And she was just like, and she must be, and then she said she must be doing it recently. She said, because she ain't have a purse when she was little. Well, some little girls carry purses. Okay. That, you know, but it probably not that big enough to fit a roll in. No. I'm still laughing at that. All right, so they sitting around the table. Whitney and Bronwyn talking about they step kids because they the sugar babies in the group, and they talking about they step kids, how they closer to their step kids age than they are to they husband's age. So Angie was like, I need some lipstick, and Heather was like, don't bring out another scroll. Oh, and so she then Angie was like, well, she wanted an apology, and so do I. Um, and then Meredith was like, Angie, I've already apologized to you multiple times. I'm not engaging with you. Her and Lisa talk like that. Okay, so um oh, that's what it was. She said that she told she says on some kind of platform for them to sue Angie, for whoever made a comment, to sue Angie and take her house. So that is what Angie is beefing about. Is like, you said, you you saying that for somebody to take my house. And she was like, I didn't say that. And so what else she say? Well, I can't even read my own handwriting. Meredith, I didn't tell her to take your house. That's absurd. That's absurd. That's what Meredith's saying. Meredith, you live your life, and I will live mine. And Angie was like, so Meredith said, live your life, and I will live mine. And Angie said, well, live it in your fucking rental. I don't think she wanted everybody to know she renting that house. But everybody know now. So they're going back and forth. And so Bronwyn was like, well, can we draw a line where, we're not going to talk about this anymore. We're just going to, leave it there, everything like that. And so we won't talk about the past. And so Angie was like, yeah, but I don't want anybody to talk about my house. And then Bronwyn was like, okay, but you still talk it. Bronwyn, I was with you on that. Even though I don't like the way you dress, but I was with you on that. You still talking, sugar. Okay? And so Angie's still talking. Yeah, I own my own house and live in it. Yeah. She said, well, can we draw a line now where we not talking about the past anymore? She was like, yeah. And then she said, I don't want a renter to be talking about my home. Angie was that bad. She's like, can we draw a line now? Angie, please. Can we draw a line now? You still talking. You still talking. I don't want a renter be talking about my house. So they finally shut that down. Oh boy. So Whitney. So Whitney asked about the podcast because apparently she mentioned it outside. Lisa mentioned it outside, and she said we'll talk about it later. And then when they get in there, so then Whitney, why you gonna bring this up? But Whitney gonna decide to talk about it at this table. So she was just like, so what about the podcast that you want to discuss? And she was like, okay, if you want to discuss it. She was like, Lisa was like, you went on the podcast and this was all about me. And Whitney was like, yeah, because you're self-absorbed. Okay, well, that's true. You are self-absorbed. And so Lisa was like, well, are you going to apologize? And Whitney was like, what do I have to apologize for? I hadn't lied. This is my experience of you. And and then Whitney said, well, what I heard just this week, you said. And then Lisa was like, well, what have you heard this week? And who told you this week? She was like, either you, Heather, or you, Angie. Those are the only people I talk to. So who told you what I said about you? And flashback, Angie told her. Okay, so Heather was like, listen, I'm not in it. She was like, my name is Bennett and I'm not in it. Heather was like, I ain't saying anything. So it had to be what's that child name? It had to be Angie. Yeah. So Heather was like, I'm clearing my name right now. Okay, clearing right now. So she said, I ain't say anything. So Lisa was like, she played victim now. She's playing victim. She said, I feel so isolated, right? I mean, I have no one to talk to. Have no one to turn to. I feel so isolated right now. Whitney was like, you isolate yourself. Okay, Whitney. All right now. Lisa was like, game on. Okay. You want to be me. You want to be me. Oh no, you want to be your villain. I will be your villain. And so Whitney was like, I'm not asking you to be my villain. I'm just not a liar. Then Heather laughs. So it's all out on Whitney. They come full. They going at her. So Heather was like, you lied about my book. And Whitney was like, well, that's a different conversation. Then Meredith was like, well, you lied about my father's memorial. And then she was like, well, I got caught in their mess. And then she said, you accused Mary of being in a cult and being a predator. Why Whitney, you should have kept your mouth shut. So Heather was like, that was a freaking lie. And that makes you a liar. And so Lisa said, on your healing journey, you act like you are superior to everybody. And Whitney was like, you're weaponizing my trauma against me. And then she said, the heel Whitney says, Lisa Barlow. And then Lisa was like, you can leave. But there's a door. And then Whitney, her friend, I don't even know who her friend was, and Angie, because Angie, the one that, is the snitch. Angie the snitch. They leave. And then Heather was like, Angie was my girl. And then Lisa was like, yeah, Angie is Whitney's girl now. And and then Meredith was like, well, you misread that one, honey. That was the end of the episode. So now I need to know where Angie and Mary reside, in their friendship. Heather and Angie, Whitney, and honey, that episode was good. Okay, it had me cracking up. But that was the end of the episode. So this is Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like, share, and subscribe. And what I need to do. Oh, yeah. Thanks for watching. This is your girl, msyelladiva. Peace.